Started. Welcome, everybody. I am so excited. My name is Sheila Favero, and I'm a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life. I've been a coach now for about 3 years, and I've helped over 100 people all around the United States to get healthier, and it's been really a fun journey, and it's been fun for me to help me stay in the proper mindset, too, to keep my thoughts clear for staying healthy. And it's been a great way part-time to supplement income in our home without having to leave. So it's great. I've enjoyed it a lot. So welcome everyone. We started yesterday with our Healthy Games Challenge, and we're going for 6 weeks, as you all know. So we're going to get to know each other a little bit better tonight. And I'm just going to start in the order that people came on the call. And so even though I already talked to you for a minute, Victoria, why don't you, well, first I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm a mom, and I'm a full-time college student, and I love to sing. So that's something about me. Okay, Victoria, tell us about you. And I live in Utah. So tell us about where you live and a little bit about you, Victoria.
Yep, I'm a mom also. I've got 2 little boys, and I live in Virginia, and I'm excited about the competition. It sounded like fun, and I wanted to kind of have too much fun this summer, trying to get back in shape a little bit, and this seems like a fun way to do it.
Sounds wonderful. We'll all help each other. That's great. Okay, Anna, you were the next one to come on. So tell us about you.
I have 4 kids, and ages 2 to 11. I live here in Utah, and I started these back in March with Amy.
Okay.
So I've been doing it for a little while.
Yeah, Amy's also a coach, Take Shape for Life, that works with me, and she's right now on some trek along the northwest, the coast, down the Oregon coastline. So she said, take over my group, Sheila. So, okay. Helping her out. So you said you have 4, and what do you have as far as boys and girls, Anna?
A 2-year-old boy, 6-year-old girl, 9-year-old girl, and 11-year-old boy.
Okay. Boy, you are a busy mom. Okay. Well, tell us what you like to do for fun.
I like to read a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I can read.
So what's one of the books you've read recently?
I can't remember what it was. I haven't read much since I moved, but I'm trying to get back into
that's right. You've been in the trenches moving into your new place, and you just got settled like last week or 2 weeks ago?
It's been 2 weeks now.
Okay.
So.
And so did the kids change schools, or were you in the same?
Same school and everything, so just a few blocks away.
Okay. So I remember you talking about doing it in stages and getting all prepared, and it seems like 20, how many thousand steps did you do that day you moved? 20 something.
28. At 28 that day.
Steps in one day.
Yeah.
That's a lot of steps. Okay. Elisa, you were the next one that came on. So tell us a little bit about
Okay. I just had a baby about 2.5 weeks ago, a little girl, and she's our first. I live in Utah, and I like running, and I'm excited to be able to start exercising again.
Cool. So what's your little girl's name?
Adelaide.
Adelaide. Oh, what a fun old-fashioned name. I love it. Adelaide. I don't think I've heard anybody named Adelaide for a long time. So are you going to resist calling her Addie and make sure you call her Adelaide, or are you going to?
We've been doing both.
Have you already? That's fun. That's fun.
Yep.
That's fun. So which city do you live in Utah?
In Wellsville. It's by Logan.
Yep, I know Wellsville. I lived in Logan for a while, so that's great. And Laura told you about the challenge. You're her sister, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. We love Laura. That'll be fun to have as part of our.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's this group. So Lynn, you haven't met these gals before. This group of gals that are sisters or sisters-in-law, and then they keep inviting other sisters and sisters-in-law, and it's just growing from there. So
Nice.
we call them the Riley group. All their names aren't Riley, but somehow that's how they're kind of all connected to a Riley somehow. So anyway, that's kind of fun. It's really fun. All right. So next, Lynn, you are our next one to come on. Tell us about you.
Well, I live in Pocatello, Idaho, and I have got kids and grandkids, and the closest ones are 3.5 hours away. So my favorite thing to do is to go travel and see my kids and grandkids. And I'm excited about this challenge. I thought it would be harder than it is so far.
It's very user-friendly, isn't it, to click and get the points? I've been checking on you guys throughout the day, and everybody's been able to navigate the web, the website and figure out the points. So that's good. At this point, if I see anybody with 0, then they get a call from me to kind of coach them through. And sometimes with this first call, what I do is share my screen and help show you how to navigate this website. And I decided today, I don't need to waste their time doing that. They've all got it figured out. So I thought we'd just kind of get to know each other a little better. So Lynn, tell them your good news of what's happened with you in the last 10 days.
Well, I started the Take Shape for Life program and lost 8 pounds in the first week.
Woohoo!
Amazing.
And that's not uncommon the first week. And I warned her, don't expect that ever again the rest of your life. It's kind of like gambling. If you win the first gamble, but that won't happen again. A lot of us water weight the first week, but consistently you'll lose 1 to 2 pounds every week from now on.
I definitely feel less inflammation in my body for sure.
That's wonderful.
Great.
That's wonderful. And a lot of the healthy habits that we talk about in the Take Shape for Life program is what we'll cover this next 6 weeks. We'll talk about how to eat healthy, how to exercise, how to sleep, how important water is, mindfulness, meditation. We'll talk about all those things because it's a combination of all those small things together that really help us to stay healthy for the rest of our lives. If all we focus on in health is a diet and eating or restricting our eating for a short period of time, we won't be successful long term. We just won't. Because diets have the word die in them. I just think, anytime we're on a diet, it's like, I'd rather die than do this. So anyway, that's the way I feel. Anyway, so that's my little 2 cents. Okay, Erin, let's hear about you and what you're doing with your.
I am Laura's sister as well. I have 5 boys, and I live in Cedar Valley, Wyoming. And I like to run, and I also like to be outside and do yard work and things like that.
So you're a runner too. So have you done, when's the last time you competed? Did you compete as you were growing up through high school and college?
I did track in high school, but I wasn't any good. I just did it for fun. And then as I got older, maybe in my mid-20s, I started doing half marathons and I like those. So.
Oh, good. Okay. So thank you, everybody. I feel like I know everybody a little better. We've got 4 or 5 more on the team that apparently weren't able to get on the call tonight, but I'm glad those of you that could get on did. I just want to open it up if there's any questions, housekeeping questions about how or what or when, any questions. Anybody raise your hand or shout out if you've got a question? Anyone? Okay. Anybody on the phone have a question?
No.
Okay, so 3 of you on the phone, or 4 of you actually, are brand new to the health challenge. And so Anna doesn't know this, but I'm going to ask her to share in just a minute some tips that she might give you about how to be successful in the games. So Anna, how many of these have you done now? 4 or 5?
I think it's 5 or something like that.
Okay. And so tell me what now you're not following any particular eating plan through me. You're doing your own thing. So tell me what you're doing to be healthy with your eating.
Well, the first month, I mean, I pretty much cut sugar out the best I could, not like completely.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely come back a little bit on it, but I cut out soda pop for, I think it was 4.5 months. I had a little bit while I was moving, but I'm getting off of it again. But I cut soda pop out completely. And just trying to watch what I'm eating and pay attention. So,
okay.
Lots of water.
So something you said brought something up to my mind about perfectionism. So if you happen to know that you're a perfectionist and you know, sometimes perfectionists don't realize they're a perfectionist because sometimes they're surrounded with clutter or they feel way less than perfect. But sometimes that's the biggest sign that you are a perfectionist because you don't want to start something until you have the perfect time to do it. I can't start on the kitchen until, you know, or I can't clean my desk until. Sometimes we're perfectionists. And so something I've thought of recently is sometimes we think we can only succeed if we're 100% at something. And that's kind of a perfectionist way of thinking. And so if we don't do 100%, we feel like we're a failure. But what my goal for each of us would be is to think, right now, if I say I'm only being, I got your survey. Some of you said you're at a 5 right now. Some of you said you're at an 8 or a 9 of how you feel about where your health is right now. So if somebody said they're at a 5, which means maybe I'm functioning at about 50% health. My goal for that person, and of course you need to do what works for you, but I'd say through the next 6 weeks, let's try to get you up to 60 or 70%. Don't say I've got to be 100% to feel good about me. Let's do baby steps and go from where we are and do a little better. And I think overall, if we get to the point where feeling like we're making healthy choices 80 to 90% of the time, we're going to be a lot more successful long term than if we think I have to be 100% and then we make a mistake. So the next day we're like, well, because I did this yesterday, then you're 0% the next day and you're eating everything in sight and you're sitting with your feet up eating bonbons. I mean, I know this doesn't really happen in real life, but who has time to do that? Your kids are hanging on you. So anyway, I want you to be thinking, what 1 or 2 things can I do a little better? And each week we'll add another thing and another thing. And so if you don't get perfect scores, it's okay. You'll win this challenge in 2 ways. One is if you meet your target goal, whether you're trying to lose weight or maintain, and by getting points. And what I love is you don't have to get 100% of the points to be a winner. It's about 66 or 70% of the points. So you could miss a whole week, be out of town, have no internet, and you still can be a winner. So it's kind of, you know, be calm about this. I'm here to have fun and to help you all have fun. Today I went hiking, and I would not have been hiking for an hour and a half like I was today if I didn't have my buddy with me and we could talk and laugh and have fun. So I think we're kind of all linking arms, being buddies, and helping us along the trail. So Anna, give us some advice because you've been a winner of this every time, haven't you?
I missed one.
Okay.
I got yours and give up. So that was only one. The rest of them I did good.
When you're a winner, it doesn't mean you win $1,000. You win all the money you put in plus a little.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you've maybe won some of the things along the way too, like the $50 things along the way.
I haven't been lucky enough for those yet.
All right. Okay. So give us some advice of how to be successful in the games. When do you usually sign on and do it? First thing in the morning or?
Usually first thing in the morning I'll do the, it's a little different this time than the last few times, but I'll do the things like the video or the reading, mark that I did my sleep, like all the ones that I know I can get right away. Mm-hmm. That way if I forget later on, I've at least got that done. Okay. But yeah, and with the water, like the 80 ounces was hard for me the first time, but I started drinking 20 ounces when I'd fill up my water bottle before bed and then drink the 20 ounces while I'm waking up in the bed. Uh-huh. That got 20 out of the way.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so if I heard you correctly, then because some days things get crazy for moms, and you'll wake up the next day and you realize, oh, I never signed on yesterday. So what you do is sign on first thing in the morning, get the points that you can, and then if something happens that night, you don't have to. You have that's some of them. Okay. Yeah. So then you also then go back in that night.
Yeah, and then by evening
okay, before you go to bed. That's good. That's really a good advice from you. Thank you, Anna. Okay, so we'll meet same time, same place next week. And I'm kind of toying with, I'm actually going to be out of town and I'm not sure I will have very good cell service or any kind of service. So how many of you would be okay if we met on Monday night next week? Usually I'll try to do Tuesday, but would it be a conflict for you guys if we met at the same time at 8:30 on Monday, or would that work for everybody?
I'm fine with Wednesday night. So.
Would that work for you, Lynn? How about you, Victoria? Would Monday night work okay for you next week?
Sure, no problem.
Okay, it's kind of late. You're on the East Coast, so is this way too late for you? Would you rather if we met?
That's fine. The reason I don't want to turn the computer on is because I'm curled up in bed with my computer. So I'm ready for bed and I'll go to sleep when it's closed.
All right. So Alisa, you're okay with Monday?
Yes.
And Erin, you're okay with Monday? I wanted I've been trying to dodge the time that you need to be getting your kids in bed, and I think moms with young kids, probably that 6 to 8 time is really precious, that you've got to feed them and get them in bed. So that's why I tried to have it be a little bit later. So we'll plan on 8:30 next Monday night then, everybody. Okay, and I'll put that on the ahead of time so you'll know. So thanks everybody for being here. And what I'd like you to do is, those of you who can see, we're going to give each other a fist bump and say, go team. Ready? So put your fist into the screen. Go team. Woo! Okay. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye. And now go
Thank you guys. Bye.
Give yourself 25 points for your health coach connection. All righty. All right.
Bye. Bye.